Hi there folks, so this is going to be a quick little unboxing, kind of first impressions, little review of my new toy. So a couple of days ago, a friend of mine commented, shout out to Rob Cox, hey Rob, a friend of mine commented on GAK's post that they had these new jet guitars in, and they had a bunch, so this is like a strap type. I think they had a few others like Les Paul type, that kind of thing, but they were like super cheap. They were coming in at like the 150 quid sort of mark, with roasted maple necks, bone nut, push-in trem, vintage style tuners, like this mad spec for 150 quid. So having lusted after a surf green strap for some time, as a buddy John Spencer will know, I've been lusting after his. I thought, let's do it. So I went full impulse buy mode and jumped into it. You see how skilled I am at unboxing videos here. Oh, here we go. Here's the actual meat and potatoes. Let's get rid of that crap. So I wanted a surf screen strap for a while, so I thought, sod it, let's get one. You know, I've gone HSS, so that was 160 instead of 150 that it was for all single cords, the classic straps or setup. So let's pop it out and show you what I've got. Packed up nice and well. Obviously, you know, 150 quid. This is not coming with a hard case or anything. It's just wrapped up in here. As I said, it's come from GAK, so they've done a great job boxing it up. Unfortunately, DHL were a little slow getting it to me, but that's not on GAK. Right, let's pop it out. There we go. Oh my god, okay, that actually looks gorgeous. Polystyrene off the pickup switch. Let me try and fight my way through this packing on the strings there. And I'll just show it to you properly. Guys, that looks absolutely fantastic. For 150 quid. Wow, let's get that a little closer for you there. Hopefully that sort of stays in some sort of focus. So there's my HSH. This scratch plate, if you could tell, that's kind of like slightly aged. So rather than shining brilliant white, that's kind of off-white, creamy, yellowy. Looks like it's been sat in a smoky room for like 50 years, which is gorgeous. On the pickup covers as well. That's a gorgeous colour. Really, really nice. Nice bolt-on neck there. Really nice smoothed out joint there actually as well. So you've got roasted maple neck, and that is actually, that's kind of like got some sort of lacquer on it. That's shiny, glossy, which is slightly different to the roasted maple on my Ibanez AZ. That's just kind of natural wood. So this has got a bit of slip and slide to it. Frets actually look really nice, and big style frets. Doesn't look too bad on the old fretwork actually. I'd say my 22nd here looks ever so slightly sticky uppy, but it's minuscule. Looks fine on this side, and actually most importantly, that feels nice and smooth running down the neck there as well. Ooh, ooh. Singing already. Okay, so what I'll do then is I'll plug it in and make some noise. It'll just be through the camera microphone, but I'll give you a bit of an idea of what it sounds like and how it plays out of the box. Okay then, right, so some time has passed. Strings were really slack on this, I guess, for shipping, and probably isn't in its favour that it's been sat somewhere cold, I imagine, overnight whilst it's been waiting to get delivered. So let's break it down then. I've had a little kind of tune up. I've stuck it into my amp. I've got a Fender Hot Rod Deluxe, one of the old ones. So I'm just going straight into that on the clean channel at the moment. There's a little bit of reverb on the amp. So first thing I'll say then, so just from trying to get it tuned, this thing I think had led its life up till now blissfully unaware of what tuning was. And the way it's kind of set up or not set up at this stage means that actually, I think straight out of the box, this nut is a little bit high. It's a little bit high action wise down here. I mean, if I take a business card there, I can just, oh hang on, just about hold in place at the first fret there, but well, the second fret that's coming away. If that gives you any indication of what that's like down there, it just looks a bit high to me, feels a bit high, and actually get just about in tune there, open, but by the time I start putting bar chords down, it's not quite that sweet. And obviously up here, not terrible, the strings are settled a little, but yeah, there. So it needs a setup, okay, as you get it. I mean, for 160 quid this was, 150 if you get it single coils. They've got to cut corners somewhere, right? So let's try and work out where that's happened. First thing I'll say that this neck is great. This neck really is great. It feels lovely. The frets are okay. They feel a little bit grindy. You might not be able to hear that there. Maybe if I come a touch closer, you might be able to hear that kind of scratchy noise you get when you're rubbing on frets there. Now, like, to look at, they look alright. They look like they've had a little bit of a shine, I guess. I don't know, maybe I was spoilt by my stainless steel ones, but it feels a little crunchy there. So maybe an extra little polish on those frets when you get them. The saddles down here are they're flat as a pancake. Okay, so there's no kind of radius or anything on there, so you'd want to adjust that. Really, probably want to maybe look at your nut first if you're picking up one of these. The bar will float. I've stuck the bar in, but obviously until you've got your kind of tuning set up, your intonation, I'm going to stay off that and not waggle it about too much, but just tuning it up. The kind of the bridge block there is all kind of raised up a little, enough that I can swing that both ways. The tuners all here work fine. They weren't stiff or grindy or anything like that. So it took me a little bit of time to get it in tune, because it's basically like putting on a new set of strings, I guess. It needed to be stretched in a bit. So I've stretched it in a bit now. It's holding okay, but not quite as good as it will be after a little bit of a setup. So onto the kind of the gear down here then. These sort of knobs obviously feel quite cheap, but you know, what do you expect for that money? Pickups actually sound quite good. I mean, here's the neck, for what that's worth through the camera there. Okay, it sounds like a neck strap pickup. Not overly noisy or anything like that, which is cool. The middle actually sounds nice, but that's what everyone does when they get a strap, right? They put it in the middle and go, oh yeah, the middle's nice, it sounds nice, and then never use it. So take that for what you will. The in-between positions, so here's my, position 4 you can call that. That's the neck. Here's the in-between. It actually sounds good, but I'd say there's not that kind of twang, you know, that out of phase kind of twang that you get when you go into those 2s and 4s. Going into that position 4 usually is instant kind of Stevie, and you know, position 2 back here is sort of country. And they don't do a bad job, they're okay, but it's just not as authentic as you might get on the Strat. But you know, what can you do? I mean, they've come on a £150 guitar. Back in the bridge is actually quite cool. I went for HSS, sorry, because I haven't got a Strat in that configuration yet. I've got a Strat that's in the shop that's all single coils, and my other Strat here is it's heavy as anything, this thing. This has got hot rails in bridge and neck, and as you can see there's a string broken on it, so I had to buy a new one. Turn that down. So this was sort of adding to something I didn't have, and I figured this would be a nice cheap guitar really to kind of run around and teach it with. If I put some dirt on that, here's the bridge. It's quite Larry, it's quite cool. That's my EVH 5150 overdrive there, which I won on GGG back in like October. So yeah, that's the bridge. That's the bridge on clean. So overall, some quite nice sounds out of the pickups there. Maybe the in-betweens not quite as fancy as I would like, but you know, you're saving so much money on the guitar, you could upgrade some of the hardware on here. You know, upgrade your pickups would probably be the first thing. Get a good setup on it, get that intonation sorted, and I think you'd be good to go. I mean, honestly, I think, you know, of the money I've spent on this, probably most of that money is here in this kind of roasted maple neck, but it's lovely. It's really nice, feels really good. I'm going to use this, I guess, as a bit of a mod platform then. You know, I'll tinker with this, I'll use it as my little run around guitar for doing lessons. It's gorgeous looking. I don't think I've played a £150 guitar that's played quite like this before. I think usually when you pick up the cheaper guitars, you can feel it in the neck, or certainly I can. You know, I've felt that the neck is cheap, but this doesn't feel cheap. This feels really good. This feels as good as one of my Fenders, this neck. It really does. So if you're happy to kind of run with the rest of the hardware on there, or with the money you're saving, put a little bit into upgrading those bits, I think you could have quite a demon of a guitar here. So there you go, not too much more to say. Fire off any questions you've got in the comments, if there's anything you want to ask about. Yeah, there you go. So that is the Jet Strat style guitar, 160 quid, not bad. Take care.